What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and today I'm gonna do a deck profile on the Prism Dragon Dark Athora deck from the brand new set, Evolution and Mutation. So, with the set, Athora actually got a minor support, which is the brand new Athora, which is Dark Athora. So, even though Prism didn't get a lot of support from the set, because the set mainly supports Neo Dragons, which is Jackknife, Prism Dragon has got a brand new boss monster, which I feel, in my opinion, is actually better than the original OG Athora, which most of us play. So the only difference between the OG Athora and the dark version of him is the dark version of him for the same core cost have one less soul, and of course the ability to not get destroyed by card effects. But yes, but that aside, Dark Athora has an amazing ability to control your opponent's hand. Yes, most of you guys know that the hand size wins games. This is why draw power is so valuable in Buddyfight or any card game. So Dark Athora's ability to deplete your opponent's hand when it's destroyed, paired up with many cards in the deck, will be able to net you so much advantage. Cards like these which says the card remains on the field means Athora is destroyed, but it comes back. So imagine this, in the anime, when a card gets destroyed and it comes back, it's kind of like a soul guard. So in a way, when the text says that card remains on the field, the card is still considered destroyed. So you'll be able to trigger its ability to do one damage to your opponents and discard one card from his hand, which is amazing. I really love this card a lot, and I love the control aspect of the brand new Athora deck. So I'm really excited for this deck profile. So without further ado, let's get started. Yeah, man, things stammer. I'm so excited. So the body we have here is Dark Athora. You can use the OG Athora, but for this deck profile, I'll be using the brand new Athora because he's my main winning image of the deck. So the main goal of the deck is to first use Dark Athora, summon him there, and tank him with use spells to tank with him. So the spells help you make opponent discard cards, so that in the late game you can just replace it with stuff like either the main OG Athora or the green crystal dragon to destroy your opponent's field. So your opponent will have will be totally wiped out, because you not only you wipe their hand, you wipe their field. Because usually when they know you're gonna destroy cards in their hand, they just call stuff on the field, since they know they're gonna get discarded anyway. So yeah, he will do the bot wipe for you. Alright, so yeah, that's the buddy. So first up, 4 copies of Dark Athora. Dark Athora is from the brand new set, and the only support for Evolution and Mutation. Core cost, put the top card of the deck into this card soul and pay 3 gauge. So 3 gauge, you have 1 soul. Yes, that's kind of sad compared to OG Athora, which has 2 soul. But there's so much defensive spells in Prism Dragons, which I find that the extra soul is okay to lose 1 extra soul for an amazing effect, which is second ability, Crystal Pain. When this card is destroyed, so you can cast cards like some cards I'll be explaining later. You do 1 damage to your opponent, and your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand and discards it. Crystal Pain only activates once per turn. So the cool thing about this is you can even activate Crystal Pain during your turn. When you're attacking, your opponent use counter spells to destroy it. So your opponent will still take 1 damage, and of course you can still use cards like these to counter the nullify the destruction and deal damage and make them discard. So it's so good. So your opponent will have to think twice about destroying this card. So yeah. However, Crystal Pain only activates once per turn. So this is the main winning image of the deck, which means you have to just discard your opponent's hand so that you can reduce the advantage. Right? So the next size tree we play is 4 copies of the original Athora. The Athora that many of us loves until today, because it is just so tanky, the 727 stats. Oh yeah, this also have double attack, so it also gives you the pain, give your opponent the pain. So original Athora, core cost, pay 3 gauge and put the top 2 cards of the deck into the soul, so it is a double soul instead of 1 soul. So it's a really tanky unit. If this unit's on the center, your opponent this card can be destroyed, and your opponent cannot deal damage to you. So any penetrate damage will be nullified. It is similar to this guy because any effect damage will be nullified as well. So there's no penetrate for this guy. So it's very nice. And if that's basically it. It's a very tanky unit with very good stats with double attack. So yeah, we still play Athora because as a backup, in case you don't draw into your Dark Athora, you can always use Athora to play the standard tanking game. Next up, one of my favorite Crystal Dragon is the Green Crystal Dragon. He is the Walking Destruction, we call it. His ability is when this card attacks, basically if you have 7 life or more, destroy a monster on your opponent's field. It is a Walking Zenith Slater. the Neo Dragonzord Impact monster, so it's a great card. So it costs 2 gauge to call it, and 1 soul. It's a very fair effect, very fair call cost. When this card is destroyed, it can gain 1 life. So it's similar to Dark Aetora, which when destruction, you get to get something from its destruction. So you can combine these cards with destruction, nullify destruction, you can gain 2 life for free. That's great. So your opponent destroy him with battle, you cast, it survives, you gain 1 life effect of this, gain 2 life of this. So it's so much pluses with this deck. Right. So 4 copies. And we use him because in the late game when your opponent has low hand size, you board wipe them and that's pretty much game. So for support units, we play 4 copies of Athora SD. Athora SD is a very cute dragon with a very nice ability. Core cost 1 gauge. Yes, the core cost is kinda sad, but he has a very nice skill. If you have an originally size 3 Prism Dragon on the center, this card on the left or right cannot be destroyed. So your opponent cannot use effect destroyed or destroyed by battle. It will always be there. And his ability also gives you the replacement ability, similar to Abigail's one. If a size 3 monster on your field would be destroyed, you may put this card from into your drop zone. If you do, that card remains on the field. So similarly, effects like these, they'll get destroyed by battle. No, Athora SD dies, and you'll revive. So basically, yeah, you can trigger ability, make them discard a card and D1 damage to them, and you can gain 1 life. So yeah, it's a great partner with Dark Aetora actually. So next up, 4 Crystal Dragon Riesling. Riesling is just there for your extra draw power. When this card enters the field, and you have a size 3 Prism Dragon on the field, you can draw a card. Very nice for free 1 crit poke and free card into your hand. Right, now for the spells, 4 copies of Radiant Shell. Radiant Shell is one of my favorite negates because at the cost of 1 gauge, he can nullify attack and D1 damage to your opponent. So it's kind of like a ghetto shield. Because bring your opponent to low life will bring them in range to Cristiano Crystal Shoot. Now for this section, I will call this section the so-called Reviving the Dead section. So cards like these make your Athora survive on the field. So you may only cast this card with a Prism Dragon on your center. Counter, choose a Prism Dragon on your field for this turn. The next time that it will be destroyed, the card remains on the field. So yeah, nullify is destruction. Then if you have 6 life or more, you can charge 1 gauge. It's very, very good with the good cards, with the boss monsters. Next up, 4 copies of Illusion of Void Deity. Yes, this card used to be used in Zodiac, but I find this card really good in this Athora deck because yes, it can nullify destruction, then you can gain 1 life. So it's pretty much the Green Dragon Shield version of this card. Yeah. And finally, 4 copies of Mystery Setting. Mystery Setting is a very good card as well because think about it. If you put it into the soul, it's considered a negate. And of course, when Mystery Setting is in the soul of a Prism Dragon, when your opponent attacks, you can charge 1 gauge for free. So that's a very good card. So it's kind of like a mini blue Dragon Shield. And of course, you can continue using it if you keep protecting it. So if you have 1 soul like this, you can use spell cards to protect it and gain tons of gauge and tons of life. So yeah, it's a very, very good card. My friend Dragon King's favorite card actually. Right, more spells. We play 4 copy of Enhancement. Enhancement is a great card because, alright, I actually didn't know about Enhancement's ability. You may put the top card of the deck into this gauge, and if you have a size 3 Prism Dragon on the center, you can draw a card. So I actually didn't know in the past that you could actually use this card even if you don't have a Prism Dragon. You can charge a gauge, because sometimes if you do not have enough gauge to call your Prism Dragons, you are pretty much dead. So I actually will use this card to gain a gauge. Let's say Athora's 3 gauge cost, only have 2 gauge after charge and draw. I'll just use this, get a 3 gauge so that I can call my Athora to survive at least. So it is a pretty nice card. Otherwise, if you have Athora already, you can draw an additional card. 3 copies of Starjack Boost. Starjack Boost is another card that is very good in this Athora deck because Athora generally don't take a lot of damage and you'll be always above 10 life. Because that's why we call this a no damage fighter deck. You may only cast this card if you have 7 life or more, charge and draw 1. So yeah, gives you a free boost to your gauge and size. For the items, we play 4 of the Crystal Spikes. Crystal Spike is just so damn good. While this card's in the set, while you equip this card, your Prism Dragon on a few games plus 2k attack and 2k defense. And at the end of the battle that your Prism Dragon is attacked, if you have a Prism Dragon in the center, it can deal 1 damage to your opponent. So dealing cheap damage to your opponent is really, really important to bring you closer to your goal. Because Prism Dragon is generally a very tanky deck, so it won't deal a lot of damage. That's why we need cards like these and the Ghetto Shield to help wear down your opponents. It's great. It's one of my favorite weapons in Prisms since the very first secret pack. Kind of wish that they will make more of these kind of weapons for us. And finally, the impact to play 3 Cristiano Crystal Shoot. Kanata's favorite impact. Cast cost pay 2 gauge. If you can only cast this if you have you do not take damage that turn and you have a Prison Dragon in your center, your opponent has 4 life or less. So for 2 gauge, you do 4 damage. It is quite worth it, and it cannot be reduced, and your opponent can't revive with Dragon Dray. So yeah, the goal is just to bring your opponent down to low life. You got a lot of shooting damage with these and equipped with boots. So with this, with these equipped, your opponent's definitely taking 2 damage per turn. That's a lot. And let's not forget that you have double attack as well. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy my deck profile on the Dark Athora deck. If you like to buy decks from us, be sure to check out buddy-mart.com. Link to in the description down below, where you can find lots of Buddyfight decks such as these and many new other decks from the brand new set. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Peace out and love you guys. Rawr.